Hello and thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I just wanted to say that before I got on with the video. As of today, as of filming this video right now, it is the day that I hit 1,000 subscribers, so I'm so thankful for that. But that doesn't mean that I want to give up here. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I want to get to 2,000 as soon as possible. So yeah, and without further ado, this is going to be building the most powerful character in Star Wars. So for starters, we're going to have Anakin Skywalker's midichlorian count. It is canon that his midichlorian count is higher than Master Yoda's, and his midichlorian count is one of the very few that are actually canon. So as far as I'm aware, he has the highest midichlorian count. So obviously, I would want him when building a character as powerful as possible. So this basically means that this character that I'm building right now has the highest force potential in the galaxy, so that is a pretty good start. So secondly, we're going to have the intelligence of Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now, I know some of you may be thinking that Yoda or maybe even Palpatine should be here, but they have an advantage as they can see sometimes into the future, but Thrawn obviously is not force sensitive, so I would rank his intelligence like for this character above theirs, because if you combine that with Anakin's midichlorian count, and obviously assuming they would be trained well with the Force, then you get a very, very smart character. Now, moving on, we have the first Force ability, and it's going to be Palpatine's Force Storm / Force Lightning. He has undoubtedly the strongest Force Lightning in the galaxy, so he is a very good character to have the lightning of. Like, he literally disables the whole of the resistance on Exegol. He makes Windu struggle very much. He makes Yoda struggle initially before he deflects it back. This is the same as Windu, and he nearly killed Luke with it. Now, speaking of Yoda, we are going to have his age / experience, as the experience comes with age. We want our character to be as experienced with as many situations as possible, and what better way to do that when you've got someone that's hundreds and hundreds of years old. Now, moving on, our character might need a little bit of protection, so what better way than the strongest metal in the galaxy, some Beskar armor. And not just any Beskar, this is going to be Din Djarin's pure Beskar armor. We want to keep our character, well, alive, so there's no better way to do this than literally protecting them from other things physically. Now, sadly, this armor may slow us down, so we're going to need the speed and agility of Ahsoka Tano. Now, this is not force speed, this is general movement, and yeah, there's no one better than Ahsoka Tano. Arguably, maybe Maul or something, or Barriss, but for me, it's Ahsoka. Now, they're also going to need to know how to fly, so what better pilot than Han Solo? Oh, Anakin Skywalker, Hera Syndulla, Boba Fett. Well, for me, Han is the best pilot, especially when you consider how big his ship is. It's harder to fly, especially in an asteroid field like we're seeing here. However, he's not going to be in the Millennium Falcon. He is going to be in Slave 1, a much more equipped ship for combat, in my opinion. Much smaller, so easy to maneuver, and with a bit of learning, Han would be able to pilot this ship immaculately. Well, not Han, because it's Han's ability, not Han himself. Our character isn't Han Solo, but think seismic charges, loads of guns. It's a very fast ship we see. It's got much more things that I don't even know the names of. But yeah, it'd be a very good ship for our character. Now, next up, we're going to need some physical strength. And what better character for that than Chewbacca himself? Now, we know that Wookiees have incredible brute physical strength. And what Wookiee would I pick other than Chewbacca? Now, sometimes our character may actually get injured, so we're going to need some way for them to heal themselves. And what better way to have that than have the healing ability of a Trandoshan. They can literally regrow their limbs like a starfish or something like that. So if we're going to pick a specific Trandoshan, we will pick Bosk. Now, if our character is going to use both light and dark side force abilities, then we're going to need someone's self-control and overall balance within themselves, and what better person for that than the literal resemblance of balance, the father. Now, I could have the father and the son and the daughter for many, many things, but we don't actually see too much of what they can actually do. In the Mortis arc, we just know that they are incredibly powerful from the small amount we do see, so we're going to have the father's balance. However, we do get to see some abilities from the son and the daughter, such as their ability to shape-shift into any creature they so choose, so we're going to nab that for our character here. And as powerful as our character is, nothing comes for free, so we're going to need some money. And the perfect example of someone rich in Star Wars would be Jabba the Hutt, so we are going to have his money. Now, along with many Force abilities that our character has already, will learn from the midichlorian encounter we have given them, there is some other powers that they will possess, and that is the magic, specifically dark magic, of Mother Talzin. Now, she is very, very powerful, and we can see that just from the Clone Wars, so this is going to be very useful for creating a powerful character. Now, our character needs a physical form, and in my opinion, there is no better body for this than Pong Krell. As much as we hate him, he has 4 arms, and that's going to be very useful for us, especially when you see whose lightsaber we have. Now, another Force ability is going to be Obi-Wan's Force Speed. For some reason, we only see this one time in The Phantom Menace, but there's no denying that this would be an incredibly useful ability, so we're going to take it here. Force Speed of Obi-Wan. Now, we're going to need some lightsaber ability, so we're going to take Kit Fisto's Shicho, Form 1, and Dooku's Makashi, which is Form 2. He's definitely the best user of this. And for Form 3, we're going to have our guy, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Form 3 is Sorisu, by the way, if you were wondering. Form 4, Ataru, we're going to take Yoda, definitely the best user of it. Now, there is 2 variations to Form 5, so Gemso, we're going to take Darth Vader's, and then Shien, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but we're going to take Ahsoka Tano's. Now, Niman, Form 6, we're going to take Darth Maul's, and like Form 5, Form 7 has 2 variations. We're going to take Palpatine's Juyo, and then Mace Windu's variation on Form 7, Vapad, which allows him to channel the dark side energy from his opponents against them. Yeah, we're going to take that as well, Vapad. Now, to wrap off with a few more abilities, we're going to take Rey Skywalker's Force Heal, we're going to take Luke Skywalker's Force Projection, and we're not going to worry about little abilities such as Force Pull and Force Push, because we're also going to take Luke's knowledge of the Force and like the Jedi's abilities and stuff like that he would have learned from all of the text that he read. Now, for our lightsaber, we're going to have Cal Kestis's one. That is a double blade that can be taken apart into 2 single blades, so we're going to have 2 of these, so we can either have 1 in each hand or 2 double blades and 2 hands spare. We're going to have Boba Fett's rocket pack, so it's a jetpack that has the rocket as well, and for a blaster, we're going to have Cad Bane's blaster. Now, that is going to wrap up the most powerful character in Star Wars. If you want to watch another video of mine, I would suggest my tier list of all villains in Star Wars, as it is my most recent, like one that isn't a short. Let me know if there's any other aspects that aren't small ones like Force Push, Pull or Jump that I should add to this character. And yeah, thanks for watching, and in a bit.